Boomer Sooner, baby! Special edition. This is OU Texas Week. Here are the lucky tickets that Bombs is going to get to go to the game right here, baby. Bombs is going to be on the way to Dallas in about 24 hours. Super excited. I don't know if it's the way it is on the OU side, but does the OU side, does it say Oklahoma versus Texas, rather than Texas versus Oklahoma when you have the OU side of it? I'm just kind of curious, you guys. You guys let me know on the board. I don't know, but all I know is that I got the golden tickets right here, and I'm looking forward to the ball game. What happened is there was a radio, kind of a remote deal out of a lark. I was in Austin. I was driving around. I said, why don't we go and see if we can win the tickets? And showed up and put our name in and left, didn't stay. And then right before, roughly about 7 o'clock, I heard them say my name. And you know who said it? Craig Way, the voice of the Longhorns. Actually had to say my name to give me the free tickets. So I think that's kind of funny that they had to give it to the Bombs when all those Longhorns and stuff were in there trying to win those tickets, and they gave it to the biggest Sooner of all time, drop all the bombs. So with that, I look forward to going to the game. I've already kind of planned out my route. I'm probably going to end up being there about 7:30 to park. I don't know what the tailgating situation is going to be. If any of you guys are going to be tailgating or at the game, let me know on the board. I'd like to, if I can, I'll walk by. But I'm going to make sure I'm in that stadium by at least 9:30. Closer to 9, but at least by 9:30, I want to be in the stadium. I want to be checking out the warm-ups, checking out my seat, because right now, section 23, I'm sitting with the Longhorns on where I'm sitting. So I need to check that out, see if there's any Sooners even close to me. I may switch. I haven't decided yet. I just want to see how it is when I get there. I'll be dressed just like this. You're looking on the television. Wish I could bring the football, but I'll be doing this a lot, cheering. This, you'll see the hat, the glasses. Look for me. I'm on a row. I'm about midway up, and so if I'm in that section, about the 35-yard line, 40-yard line, look for me, and you'll see red amongst all that orange. Or if I switch, just look for the hat. I'll try to make myself apparent. I may even bring a sign or something. I'm not sure, if the Cotton Bowl stops you from having signs. But, if I can, I'll sneak one in or something. But I look forward to going to the game. I think OU is going to take care of business, and we'll get to that in just a minute. I'm super thrilled to have the tickets. There's nothing like it in college football. When Texas and OU get together for the OU Texas game up in the Cotton Bowl, it's the great extravaganza. We all know that. Half is orange, half is red. Every play is cheered. Every play is grown. There's nothing like it. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of Michigan, Auburn, South Carolina, whoever you're a fan of. The OU Texas game is like one of the top events in college football every year. And this year, it's no different. OU's number one. I'm sick of ESPN throwing up the AP ranking up there all the time, saying we're number 3, And I guess they're media, so they're going to go for the media poll. But we are number 1 in the poll that matters, and Texas is number 10 in that poll. So, and the one that keeps showing us we're number 3 versus number 11. So you can't tell me that isn't trying to affect people's perception by doing that all the time. But that's okay. We know we're number 1. Texas is number 10. It's going to be, we're both undefeated. OU's a 10-point favorite. But I'm still looking for an OU beatdown. I just feel like that OU has too much. Texas's corners are really average right now. They're youngsters. They haven't even sniffed a double move yet. And they haven't sniffed anybody who's got any hands and they can run a route yet. And they sure hadn't sniffed a quarterback that can throw it like Landon Jones. So, as long as we don't get too conservative, we run just enough, but we challenge those cornerbacks. And who do they have at safety? Blake Gideon? Come on, guys. We already know. He wouldn't be sniffing the field at Oklahoma. And they say Scott, news is Scott, who, tore up his wrist, is going to try to play this coming week. And good. I hope he does, because when he's trying to, protect that wrist, Broyles and Stills will be blowing by him. So, and I look forward to him trying to tackle with that because Whaley is not going to take any prisoners when he breaks into the open field. So we'll see. Vaccaro's a pretty good. He's a solid player, though. I'd say he's probably their best secondary man right now. And but that's just 1 of 4. Linebacker situation. Kanan Robinson, and he's actually been doing all right, but they hadn't played anybody yet. But Hicks he kind of tore up his hamstring a little bit, so it's going to be kind of tender. And sure they'll give him all the electrodes and the gel and everything, and he'll probably be able to go until we'll see in the second half because that's when he sprung it a little bit against Iowa State was in the second half. When he's got to make a real play on either a blitz or really chasing down a ball carrier or something. We'll see if that hamstring holds up. And that's a tough injury to get in the middle of the season. You don't really have time to heal it. And you're going to have to be going full force against Oklahoma. So we'll see about Hicks. But he's a pretty good ball player. Kind of reminds me of Derek Johnson in a way. I don't know if he's as good as Derek Johnson is yet. But he's kind of like the same type of player. He doesn't actually, shed blocks or anything. He's fast enough to get around them. And whereas Ken Robinson has actually been doing all right. Acho has been horrible. I'm not even that worried about him. I mean, the only time you notice him on the field is when he's blitzing, and that's because he likes to blitz where he doesn't have to take on any blockers. If you get any kind of pad on him, then he's done for the play. So I'm not so worried about Acho. The defensive line, Jackson Jeffcoat's MIA. Kid hadn't even been around. He looks lost out there. He's getting blown off the ball. I've seen him 4 or 5 yards off the ball in some plays, and he's not even close to making a sack. Randall, the defensive tackles, they're looking okay at times, but a lot of times they're getting beat pretty bad on runs right up the gut. But, of course, that's Acho's problem, too. So I look for OU to take advantage of that. Defensively, Texas, has played decent, but then they haven't played anybody. I mean, Rice? No, come on. UCLA was bombing the ball. BYU's not even playing Jake Heaps anymore. He's stunk it up so bad this year. They're playing some other young kid because he's just been terrible for them. In fact, they had to play the young kid. They wouldn't have beat Utah State the other day. So, BYU's offense is terrible. UCLA, they're not even starting the same quarterback either. The quarterback they started against Texas, he's already gone. He threw 3 interceptions as quick as he could when Texas played him. And then, of course, Iowa State, they didn't take care of the ball. They were turning it over. So, that they were terrible in that sense, too.